This is for my Uncle John, also to my buddy Keith, and to anyone else that might see this. This is not to predict what might happen to Bitcoin, but it's to, gather with and put with your other data that you might use to think about where Bitcoin is going, and just add it to the other information that you have. But a lot of people they don't realize that Bitcoin has been moving within a channel for a very long time. If we go all the way back to July 2016, you'll see that it has been moving within these parameters of this channel for going on a decade. It's been bouncing up and down, and it's been doing it in a very distinct pattern that I'll go over with you now. Of course, past movement doesn't guarantee future results. Whatever that saying is, nothing is going to guarantee what's going to happen next, but the pattern of movement over the last decade with Bitcoin, I think you'll find this very interesting. So, these red markers, first of all, the blue is obviously the channel. These tops and bottoms are the support and resistance lines of this channel that's been going on for a long time. And even though it did break through the top of that channel very recently, you can see if I zoom in on this, that you can see that it's still reacting to it. It's still responding to it and kind of recognizing that line where you have it kind of creating a new support, bouncing below it. It's very distinctly recognizing that same trend line that's been going on for almost a decade. It's also important to note, it's impressive how much it's been obeying that line for so long. Like, look at how that same line, it touches it perfectly here, going all the way back to 2021. It touches it perfectly here. It's staying in the pattern so distinctly. It's amazing. It touches it perfectly here. It goes all the way back down to where things kind of got started. The movement got started. Now let me go into what makes this pattern even more distinct and more interesting. So these blue lines that are vertical, these represent the halving events. I'm not going to get into the halving events now, but I mean, you can do that on your own or ask me questions if you want to later, but these are all the dates of the halving events. These red lines indicate 18 months after the halving event. And you'll notice halving event 18 months. Halving event 18 months, which is coming up in October. Traditionally, right after the 18 months or around, very close to the 18-month mark after the halving event, you do get some kind of peak and a drop. 18 months drop. These yellow lines consistently are low points that happen exactly 1 year after that 18-month mark. So you got halving event, 18 months. Here, let me zoom in on this a little closer so you're really looking at this. Okay, this is halving event, 18 months, then 1 year past that 18-month period, past that 18-month drop. Boom. Look how it dropped right at 18 months, exactly. Boom. This is 1 year later. Then again, you got the halving event. It was May 11th, actually, 2020, May 11th. You had a halving event. 18 months later, it peaked at exactly 18 months, dropped for 1 year, for 12 months. That's November 2021 to November 2022. Found a bottom right there, kind of stayed at that line of support. The next halving event happened April 19th of 2024. Traditionally, it stays going up for the next 18 months. That 18-month marker will be in October of this year. That's in just a couple more months. That would happen right here if it follows that same trend, if it follows that same pattern. And after that, you've got the next 12-month period, which traditionally it then finds that line of support once again. And if it does that, like it always has, then you could be looking at around 30,000 in October of 2026. But who knows? We don't know what it's going to do, but I've always found that really interesting. Um, it's been the most, um, it follows that pattern more precisely than anything I've ever seen. So let me know what your thoughts are. Talk to you guys later.